Hello everyone, I'm Jim Longworth and welcome to another edition of Triad today. Coming up later on, our infamous roundtable gets together. We'll see what kind of controversies they get into, but between now and then, some great guests and important information coming your way. In fact, this will be the first of a series of interviews we're going to be doing with the 7 candidates running for Congress in the newly formed 6th congressional district, so stay tuned for that. We'll also find out how we can live healthy in the new year. A very special guest from UNCG will be here for that. But first, we turn our attention to something very serious and very, very vital to our whole community, and that's the training of EMTs, paramedics. And we have 3 very special guests with us who are going to help us through this topic. On my immediate right, our good buddy David Daggett. David is, of course, attorney with Daggett, Shuler. He and his partner, Griff Shuler, are here with a very special guest. Carrie Cross is EMS training supervisor for Guilford County Emergency Services. Welcome, gentlemen. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Griff and David, I'm going to ignore you for just a second, go right to Carrie. How long have you been training paramedics, and when was this academy started?
The academy was started about 19 years ago. I came in about 5 years ago from the field, so I spent 22 years in the field, and this is my 5th year in training.
Well, now, Carrie, how much training is required if I want to become, not me because I'm too old at this point, but I mean, but if I want to become an EMT, a paramedic, how much training is involved?
Typically for your basic EMT level, you're looking at about 3 months. For your paramedic level, you're looking at around 2 years. But we condensed that into our internal academy in about 10 months.
Okay, so with 10 months, I mean, what kind of, you don't have to give me the whole list of things you teach, but give me a couple examples of things that you will teach to these men and women.
So first they start out with anatomy and physiology, and then they go into a lot of cardiology, trauma management, pulmonology, psych. Those
are some tough topics.
Oh yeah, they're pretty deep.
And you don't fluff over them. I mean, they have to pass these things,
yes,
right?
Yes, that's one thing we definitely, quality's our number one thing. So
speaking of quality, somebody that I understand, I heard through the grapevine that you have a very special guest that comes over periodically and speaks to you. David Daggett, tell me about this thing.
Well, first of all, I don't get to call him Carrie. He makes me call him Captain Cross.
So you call him whatever you need to.
But no, I've had the fortune of being a guest lecturer and instructor at the Paramedic Academy ever since Captain Cross took over the academy.
What would you teach?
I teach on mitigating risk. So how do you keep from having a claim against you, both from following solid principles, but also on issues of medical records documentation.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
And those sort of things.
That's pretty important.
But it's pretty comprehensive. He gives me an hour and I speak for 3 hours. So it works out great.
Griff, I know that you and David and your team have helped a lot of people who have, through no fault of their own, been injured, hurt, and something. So you have a special affinity for the work that Carrie does. How so?
Yeah, because obviously what our law firm does in part is to represent folks that have been injured through particular car accidents. And you think about it, our first responders are so important to our community. And we've seen firsthand how important it is to have quality EMS workers that are there on the scene from the very beginning, giving aid from the very beginning. And we've seen instances where what happened at the crash scene with the EMS workers made a significant difference, saved a life, made someone's overall condition better right there from being able to know how to do things. So the community, our community, really benefits through this type of intense training.
I wanted to mention, this is the 19th year of Guilford County's paramedic program. Yeah. And it's the largest class they've ever had. And I went in this year and I was literally wowed by the quality and the character of the students in there. And I think we should all be proud that our community is better and safer because of your efforts.
And we're in good hands. Congratulations.
We appreciate that.
Carrie, before time runs out, let me ask you, is there still, maybe this is a stupid question because of the success that David just mentioned, but is there still a big demand for paramedics in the job market nationwide?
Absolutely, and the demand is growing every day nationwide. There's a lot of services that are shutting down. There's a lot of services that are struggling with lack of personnel, and we're certainly in that same boat. It's just hard to fill and keep them keep them there.
And I promise, Kerry, I put this up on screen. It's a Facebook thing. It's a Guilford County EMS at Guilford County EMS. Please go to that if you're interested in hooking up there with getting training. And he just does such a fine job there, and the whole team. And also, please visit DaggettShulerLaw.com. 724-1234 is the number. If you ever want to reach out to the guys and need their help, please do that. But we have 3 guys who help people, and I'm honored to be sitting with all 3 of you.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks
for
for
having us.
We'll be right back.